What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to the vlog. We're out here with Gustavo.
How's it going, guys?
You guys met him a while ago with his brother Moose. So this is Gus. Gustavo is gonna help us out today. We're gonna take the Evo to get the alignment done. He's gonna get it ready for shift sector. He's gonna be a part of it. So you guys are gonna see him a lot on the shift sector vlog or the more recent vlogs. So he's gonna do the alignment, probably gonna do the brakes and oil change. But yeah, let's go for a drive.
Fast and Furious type shit. Dirty, bro. When's the last time you changed it?
Like 3,000 miles ago. Are you excited?
I am. I'm very excited to go. It'll be one of the first events I go to as far as like a main event. It's been a while since I've been to a main event race like this, and privileged to be part of David's team.
You're part of the pit crew now?
Yep, part of the pit crew.
So you guys know at shift sector, you're allowed to bring 3 people with you to be part of your pit crew. And I think at first started as a joke. He said, I want to be your camera guy. But I think bringing him brings another edge to the team. He actually can work on cars. He's certified. And he has a scanner too in case something happens, like to check like live data on the car to see how it's doing. So not only does he like to take pictures, but he's car passionate. Might as well get to know the car a little bit, no?
Yeah, got to.
See what you're working with.
Got to get this alignment straightened out. That way we can get her straight as possible down that track, because we're going to be going pretty fast. And I don't know if a lot of you have ever raced that fast, but at those kind of speeds you don't need any kind of alignment issues. You don't need any kind of suspension issues. So we're just going to give it like a once over, double, triple check pretty much. Not even just the once over, triple check the whole car, make sure everything's going to be ready for that event.
How you riding in the car on the way here? How fast do you think this car will hit on that half mile?
Based off of how it ran, I would estimate that this car's probably going to hit the trap at about 150, 160 maybe miles an hour, depending on temperature outside and depending on how the driver can drive.
It actually feels it can.
I think it can do it. I think we'll be able to pull off 150 miles an hour. Yeah.
If it hit 150, guys, just so you guys know, I'm going to be very excited.
The alignment's going to be the biggest thing today. Just to make sure we can get this thing down the track as straight as possible.
Right, so we're focusing on going straight. If you guys pay attention to it, I'll help the engine with new oil, and then also the brake. What brake pads did I buy? I bought performance friction pads, guys. It's as good as it gets, pretty much, in my opinion, for racing.
Right now we're checking the rear diff fluid. We just want to make sure that it's got full fluid and everything. We have a 24 millimeter wrench. Use the closed end. Sometimes you'll strip with the open end.
Yeah.
So all you're gonna do is get it up there, pop it open, and
we already checked.
We did already check this one, so I'll show you guys real quick though. All it is turning it right out.
Counterclockwise. You want to make sure it has oil in there, and this one does. And there you go, boom, done.
Yep.
And it looks in really good shape. We already checked it. But that's all you do. That's where you fill it, and that's where you check it.
Yeah.
If you want to drain it.
If you want to completely drain it, it's right here.
On the bottom.
On the bottom, you can just pull this one out, pull this one. What I typically do if it's a little bit dirty is I'll pull the bottom one, and then I'll pull the top one. That way it drains out fully. But then what I do is I put new fluid. I'll buy like an extra quart or so. I'll put new fluid in here just to kind of get the residual out of there. In case you have any kind of metal or anything like that, you don't want that stuff in the new fluid.
And that's how you check an Evo rear diff.
All right, for transmission fluid, guys, there's a fill plug here. It's just this one right here. It's a 17 millimeter. Has its own gasket behind it. Make sure you don't lose that. This guy, that's your drain. Make sure you guys, obviously, same thing. You can drain it, flush it, just like I said about the rear diff. Transfer case, here's your drain. And your fill is right here above the exhaust. So if you guys can barely see that, it's right there. Brembo brake setups, they have 2 pins here. Knock them out. Usually I just use like a small screwdriver, like so, just to punch it out. Nothing major, just stick it in here. This one obviously doesn't fit all the way through, which is what I don't want anyways. I just want to knock it out just enough. I take a little like set of pliers and pretty much just grab it, push the pin out, as you can see. Don't hold this while you're doing it, because when you pull it out, it wants to shoot at you. This just holds the brake pads where they need to be.
You just kind of slide them out. That's how it works on Brembos. You got 2 pins that hold it in place. Bust them out like that. Now he's going to take out off the caliper. because they're aluminum. Huh?
And there we go.
And there it is. After you take off the 2 bolts, so you guys know if you guys don't do your own brake jobs, you have 2 bolts that hold the rear caliper, and then the rotor just comes off loose. So it's not very hard to do your own brake job. Actually, it's pretty easy. And then we got to measure them, and the rotors themselves actually tell you on them what the minimum specs are. Most of them, guaranteed almost. Every single rotor has the minimum specs.
Very, very hard to see, but it says 29.8 millimeters. And it says minimum thickness here. Minimum TH, which is thickness. That's what you want to pay attention to. You got to measure the rotor. This is at 30.4. And then I like to measure usually 3 or 4 spots just for high spot. 30.4, 30.4, and 30.4. So this is still true.
So when you resurface rotors, guys, you put the spring around it. Obviously, that's for noise. It'll help you. You want no noise. Noise causes vibration.
Anytime you guys end up having to cut it, even though this side's perfect, this side's not, you have to take off both sides. So what happens is that you're putting pressure on the machine. If you put too much pressure on one side, not the other, you're gonna end up pushing the rotor over, and you're gonna damage the whole, either the machine or the rotor.
So we finished the brake job. We finished the oil change. Overall, it looks okay now.
Yeah, everything's pretty good.
We did check the fluids. We do want to change the transmission in the transfer case.
Weight.
Transfer case uses 90 weight and transmission uses
75-85.
I guess we found out something new today. When the gear oil it makes contact with water, it turns kind of pinkish, but it smells like gear oil, right? So it has gear oil, but it has a little bit of moisture condensation. So that's why we want to change it. But I've been driving it like that for a while. So the next thing for sure is I'm gonna probably just order the Mitsubishi fluid. We're gonna go to the alignment right now.
Yeah, we're gonna do the alignment right now, make sure everything's straightened up, make sure we can get everything where we need it to be for the race. So go from there. We actually have camber adjustments on this particular car up top. They do sell caster camber plates, which I do recommend for a lot of vehicles modified like this. Just because if you guys are gonna be doing races and going to places like that, you guys need very, very good adjustments and be able to adjust different kinds of angles. So this is gonna be a big help. You want to start off with caster camber and then do your toe last. So that's what we're going to do. And you always want to start from the rear of the car, move yourself up forward.
What's your name, dude?
LJ Jackson, owner of the Pro Charge, Mach 1, B1X, all that good stuff. Came here for an alignment from my good buddy from elementary school and ran into some cool people here, Race Car Sundays.
In the future, though, it'd be cool to see a review on it, like tell people about it, your story.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you're ready, you let us know so we can do a vlog review for you.
Yeah, sounds good. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're done with the alignment right now. This is the before measurements. Our toe was out in the front, and in the back we had a little bit to, camber was okay, but the toe was out, and that's what we're worried about for the track. We were able to pull the toe in. I got a thrust angle of 0 and a total toe of 6. This is as close as we can pull it for the suspension we have right now.
So what do you think happened here?
Worn out suspension components, bushings, or maybe the car hit a corner or a curb or something like that. I highly doubt it with David owning it, but who knows about previous owners. So yeah, mainly this will be like worn out bushings or just something that's not sitting right.
But everything's in the green except for that.
But everything's in the green except for the right rear camber, which is something we would always like to have in as well. Being as close as we are to the race, it's kind of difficult to get there.
The control arms for the back, right?
Yeah, it's gonna need to be lower control arms for the rear. They're gonna have to be fully adjustable. We already found some. They are up there in pricing, but you got to pay to play. That's the way. This is the game. Another big point on alignments, guys, and I'm going to stress this to a lot of people out there that don't know about this. Don't get an alignment and then go put different wheels and tires on it. What you're aligning is you're aligning the car suspension to that current, the car's height alignment to that wheel and tire. It's an alignment of how your tire is going to touch the ground. It's an alignment of how your suspension is on that wheel. You can have 18-inch wheels right now, and then you go home and you want to put 19s on because they look nicer. Well, you just messed that whole suspension up because that alignment is not to those wheels. So that's going to be your biggest fight.
And how often should you align your vehicle?
Personally, I personally align my cars 4 times a year. I'm super cautious. Your average person,
Once a year at least?
Once a year,
2
twice a year is actually recommended in your owner's manual. But whoever reads those things, right?
What is that?
Exactly. But I like the numbers that we're seeing here. I was expecting a little more out of whack, so this is actually very well put together, and I can't wait for the race event.
Guys, well, thank you for watching the vlog, but we're almost there. We're very close, and we're on our way to Shift Sector here pretty soon in a couple weeks.
Yep.
See what this baby can do, and the Supra and the Corvette. So thank you guys. Subscribe. Don't forget DGV. Join the DGV family, and Gustavo has a YouTube channel too and an Instagram. So what are those?
Your boy Goose down below. We'll post in the description below, just links. If you guys want to go watch videos there, like, subscribe. You guys want to see stuff, like I said earlier, put it in the comments below. We'll make stuff happen.